Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning into your January 6-card spread. This will be a general reading for the signs of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Having a look to see what cards come up for you for the month of January. If you aren't familiar with the way I do things, Sag, I do provide an extended version in conjunction with this general reading here today on YouTube. So if you are interested in purchasing the extended version or at least checking out the trailer, feel free to click on the link below in the show more section. If you enjoy this content, please feel free to leave behind a like or a subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. Otherwise, let's get into it and see what cards come out for you Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for January. Okay, a lot of focus and attention on love. Love offerings, emotional offerings, and planning for the long-term future here as well, Sagittarius. Now, the Knight of Cups, there's someone here that's offering you something quite emotionally linked, or someone who's opening themselves up to you emotionally. Now, it might be a water sign. You do have 3 of the 6 cards that are Cups cards, which rule the signs Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You also have a Gemini, which has come up in the form of a Lovers card. But the Knight of Cups is a very admirable character in the sense that he's willing to commit and do things despite how complex or how complicated things might get, because he's aware of the challenges and I guess the inclination here. He's aware of what's ahead, of what lies ahead, but he's willing to make a sacrifice or an offering anyway. Now, for some of you, there might be someone wanting to sacrifice a lot for you because emotionally you're meaning a lot to them. Whether this is romantic and there's a focus on husbands, wives, soulmates, twin flames, lovers, or whether this is someone that's just a trusted friend that's confiding in you. But there's some sort of elevation. I feel like you're going to see them differently after this month, whether this is a friend or a lover or a spouse. The Knight sits above the 8, and the 8 is really about evolving, growing. Signs, synchronicities, and symbols, yes, but it's almost like a ladder. So it's evolving to the higher realm. So I feel like you're going to see a situation very differently, a different perspective, because someone's going to come forward and you're going to gauge and connect with them on a much more emotional level. Now, the Knight of Cups in a career setting could also be an offering of a new job, especially if you have some sort of interview or meeting, which can be the Lovers card. Traditionally speaking, the Lovers card is seen as soulmate energy. So some of you might be meeting a soulmate or might have a soulmate around you in the month of January. Could be someone under the sign of a Gemini, but the Lovers card come together and they reveal their true selves. So I feel like this is a genuine connection, and one of the signs might be that this is a soulmate lover is something to do with your communication and contact. So because Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, the messenger of the zodiac, it's something to do with communication. Either a soulmate will reach out to you directly, indirectly, or there's something about banter or a strong mental connection that will be evident in your meeting. If it is a job interview, for example, I feel for the most part it could go smoothly well. The universe is personified by an angel here, which is indicating that the universe is ushering you into the right circumstances to meet the right people, and it's all about progression and coming forward here. But I do feel in that middle column, the Lovers and the beautiful 10 of Cups here, which is a card of happily ever afters, signifies a lot of reunion and lots of harmony in love relationships. And if you are single, I don't feel as though you're going to be short on lovers. Now, the 3 of Wands coming up here is positive because this indicates that they're wanting something long-term, or they visualize you as part of their long-term future, their long-distant future, which is very positive. For others, if you're traveling or doing anything like that, Sagittarius, you might be meeting someone who's going to be changing your life in some way. Whether you meet for a night, an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year, there's something that's quite mesmerizing that's going to leave you with a different perspective. Almost leave you wanting more, Sag. Now, I don't know if this is a Cancer here with a Cancer moon, but the 8 of Cups can indicate soul searching or seeking depth, or more meaning to something. Some of you might be turning your back on a relationship emotionally. You might have someone turn their back on your relationship, on your connection, but it's something to do with themselves. So if there's someone exiting your life, okay, someone you're in close communication with, a friend, a business associate, a lover, a spouse, if this person walks out, there's something that they're missing. There's a void going on within them possibly, and this is the driving force behind that exodus. For some of you, it could be like a long-distance relationship or starting a long-distance relationship in the month of January, because geographical distance could separate you from someone special. For others, there could be a work thing coming up, immigration issues, relocating to a different suburb, city, state, country even. But for some reason, it's coming up as the long term, or it's been a long time coming here, Sag. So if this is something that you've been planning for quite some time, January could most definitely see that come to fruition and you finally take those first steps into that journey. But it could very much be an emotional journey as well, especially if you've been involved in a lover's triangle here. Someone is about to exit that triangle. So if you've had that tripartite dynamic evident in a business setting and in creative pursuits, in love relationships, there could be a shift in that area as well. Now, the Eight of Wands, there could be a fellow fire sign here in Aries, a Sagittarius or Leo, who's reaching out to you or is going to make you some sort of offer. If you have some sort of meeting with a client, with a customer, with a company, with someone that might be hiring, I feel for the most part, they're going to see your merits, your skills, your expertise quite fondly and be relatively impressed with what you put forward. And this is where the news and the correspondence could be coming in. The Eight of Wands is really a card of action, one step after another. So in introducing a new program in the workplace, steps, addressing milestones in love. It's a very opportunistic time. So I feel like January, it could be quite a busy month for you where you're attending lots of different things, possibly hearing about different people, maybe even receiving multiple offers on the job front, romantically, creatively. But the notion of having things come to you in numerous ways, because it's the eight. The eight is a number of abundance and it has come up for you twice. So 2 8 is very auspicious here, Sagittarius. It's either two different opportunities or two different dynamics or two very different things that come to you in a very, very successful way. And if this is a fire sign, there could be a lot of success with this person, especially if they've walked away. They might be coming back in. They might be missing you because the sun is present and also the moon, which is divine masculine and divine feminine. So there's a very powerful union or partnership that's coming together here. And I do see you celebrating it. The Ten of Cups often symbolizes this celebration of union and harmony, especially around things around children, the family home, the extended family. There might be a community gathering, a social gathering. You might be bumping into someone, okay? But the Ten of Cups is just being at a really safe and secure place. So for a lot of you, that middle column is evident of being in a very special place in your relationships or in your families, with your children, relationships with children, with grandchildren, with stepchildren, with stepmothers, stepfathers, extended family members, half-siblings, relatives. The rainbow really comes out after the storm, okay? So I feel like there's a clean slate coming up for some of you, or there's the opportunity to have a clean slate once again in your life. And at least it's connected with people, though, I feel, Sag. But because this is a Christian deck, the rainbow in the Genesis story appeared after the flood, and this was really God's promise to his people to not punish them again, to keep the covenant. So in essence, it's a promise of some kind, a promise of love, a promise of fidelity, a promise of commitment, a promise of loyalty, whatever it is. But I feel like there's a promise, a significant promise or covenant, something that's going to be quite binding between you and another person, maybe yourself and other people as well. It could be more than just one. It could also speak of creativity. The cups, the rainbow is creative, it's colorful, it's eventful, it's mesmerizing, it's full of variety. So I feel like there could be a lot of enriching experiences for you throughout the duration of January and in many different areas of your life, but in particular with relationships, with romantic or physical sexual connections, and also things around the family and the family home. And there could definitely be a moving houses, even moving jobs, and the new offer could come from the Knight of Cups here. But the Three of Wands, you are the one, Sag, and you're thinking about the future. The Three of Wands understands the long journey ahead, but he's willing to undergo it. He's got his bags packed. He's ready to leave or ready to make that first step. Some of you might be feeling like you're ready to leave behind a career or a job, maybe a relationship, maybe a living situation, but you're ready. And I love the Three of Wands because to me it does represent longevity, and it does represent thinking about the distant future, not just thinking for now, not just thinking impulsively, short term, but it's thinking really, really seriously. So it's either you thinking seriously or maybe one of those signs I've mentioned, because it is fire. It could be a Sag, Aries, Leo who's thinking very, very seriously about you. Now for some of you, the three is options. Options in love, options in career, options in friends. You know, three's a crowd. There could be a bit of jealousy happening here. Again, that tripartite dynamic. But I don't see betrayal here. A betrayal would be the Three of Swords or the Seven of Swords. And that really hasn't come up. And so this really could be options. Options in products, services, goods, people, lovers, friends, events, variety. But it could flow into more than just January. I feel like it could be beyond January as well. You might feel these effects, but I love that soulmate energy. And anything to do with communication, correspondence, texting, messaging, phone calls, that is really your focus. I feel that focus is on the Lovers. So it's building connections, business, networking connections, social connections, new friends, new lovers, new acquaintances. It's all about communication and connections, I feel, with that energy for you this month. I will leave your general reading at that though, Sagittarius, so thank you again for tuning in. I will be continuing with your extended reading now, the link to which will be available below in the Show More section. So thank you again for tuning in, Sagittarius. Please take care. I hope you have a fabulous new year, and we shall be connecting very, very soon. So thank you again, everyone, and until next time.